as you probably know, it's kind of been hard to escape the news as of late. The Galaxy Note 7 has been causing untold problems ever since its launch back in August. It has caught fire, exploded, and even caused a domestic US flight to be evacuated after smoke from a Galaxy Note 7 filled the cabin. And obviously many people have reported property damage and other such things as their phones caught fire. And now Samsung have taken the unprecedented step of telling customers to turn off their Galaxy Note 7 phones for good. Now, if you've been paying attention to Samsung's response to this, they haven't been responding very well, to be quite honest. They have kind of attempted to play down how much of a problem this actually is. They issued a partial recall of the Note 7 back in September, but assured that the issue had been fixed and all remaining phones were safe. However, the Note 7 has continued to catch fire, including devices from shipments which Samsung had deemed to be unaffected by the issue. So something is clearly very, very wrong within the Note 7 that somehow was not spotted until, of course, it went out into the world and caused all sorts of problems. And now, finally, Samsung have suspended global sales of the phone and asked people to immediately power down the device. And Samsung's UK website says, quote, "We now ask that you power down your device and return to using your previous phone." Now the site on Samsung site should I say, does still advertise a phone exchange program. We can get a replacement model for free, but this has now been paused as well. Perhaps it's going to be replaced in favour of, hey, you can replace it with another Samsung phone, because, you know, if you've bought the Samsung or changed your contract to a Note 7, you won't even have your old phone, and even if you do, you know, you've got a new phone for a reason, so definitely something they should be doing there, for sure. But at the moment it's a little unclear what Galaxy Note 7 owners should do, other than of course turn off the phone. And they have also announced that they will be permanently ceasing all production of the Note 7. This was confirmed to both the Wall Street Journal and Bloomberg, and of course follows the decision to remove the handset from sale. And they said, quote, "Taking our customers' safety as our highest priority, we have decided to halt sales and production of the Galaxy Note 7. Now, to be honest, this is pretty huge. This was pegged as a rival to the iPhone 7, which is of course about this Christmas, and they've sold 2.5 million handsets, which have been shipped worldwide since the August release. And there's a lot of phones out there that are just going to be sitting in desk drawers or whatever, just turned off, either till Samsung figures out what the problem is, or they just give up and do a total recall and obviously replace all the handset with something else, assuming anyone who bought this device wants a Samsung phone ever again. To be honest, if I had bought a device, no matter the brand, and it caught fire or was heavily associated with catching fire or, you know, exploding, I would probably not feel so safe using that brand, to be honest. But that's just me, of course. Now, this is, as I said, going to do huge damage to their brand, profits, all sorts. You know, it's going to be really, really bad for Samsung. I mean, they're going to recover because they're a huge company, but it's going to be painful, and they're already kind of preparing for how to recover from this, to be honest, as they have notified suppliers that both the Galaxy S7 and S7 Edge production will be increased. And this plan will remain in motion until they are ready to announce the S8. But again, even if you didn't directly buy a Note 7, I feel like this has definitely done damage to the Samsung brand on a massive scale. You know, when people are being evacuated from planes because your phone is making smoke, it's not really a good thing for the customer to immediately think of explosions and fire when they think Samsung. So I think they've got a lot of work to do, especially considering they handled this particular circumstance poorly from the get-go, and have only really just sort of fixed up and kind of realised, you know what, this is actually really unsafe. We just need to throw up our hands and say, look, turn off your phone, it's not safe, and then go from there. They'll probably end up doing a recall or something like that in the end to make sure the devices are back in their hands. And obviously they're going to learn from this and go on. I'm not saying no one's ever going to buy Samsung again, that's just silly. But I don't think it's going to be pretty for Samsung for some time. But of course, I could be wrong. I'm not a psychic. I've misplaced my crystal ball as always. But I'd be surprised if there isn't some backlash against them. You know, while they've done the right thing now, it took them a while. And the fact that this ever got past testing is the concerning thing, to be honest. So, let the speculation commence. Is Samsung doomed? Probably not. But let me know your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.